Hello there, guys! Here for a new guide for Shadowlands. Sorry I've not been active for a few months. Actually, about a month now. I've been setting up for prot paladin for this guide. So, as you can see, I'm using this legendary here. This is what you need. It's really strong for your judgment. You're gonna want that. So that's gonna be your main thing. Then you want haste, guys. Haste is really important. And the verses you're gonna be your second stat because of the trinket. So I'll start up really easy, guys, with the rotation for Shadowlands. So here we have the talents. I'll put a dummy. I'll go to the dummy here. Um, so this guide's gonna be pretty much one part. I'll just show you what the rotation is for Shadowlands and what the talents and conduits are. Here we have the conduit. Vengeful Shock is really good, and Lights Barding. Those are the two things you're gonna switch around with, depending on what you're facing. If it's a rogue, you're gonna go Lights Barding because you want that 8-second Steed of Glory, so you never get CC'd by the rogue or sap, blind, anything, and you can keep up the pressure. And against non-CC comps, you want the pressure. And with a Red Paladin, I found out that this actually buffs their damage. It buffs everyone's holy damage in PvP somehow. So that's good. And Resolute Defender is the least worst of them all. This doesn't work. I tried it. It doesn't work with the PvP talent of 3-minute cooldown. It doesn't interact, which is kind of weird. This one, it's such a minor thing. You get like 8k overall in arena. Like, it really doesn't matter. While this one is a 20% wall that you can keep up for pretty much like at least 12 seconds, which is really good against pressure comps. So that's your second one you're gonna want to pick. And I'm carrying because you see here you get mastery. We're like in BFA, guys. We have the same thing as the Azerite essences that gave us mastery in PvP. We have it right here. So you want to pick up the orbs that fall on the ground for a 20-second buff, because you'll get 3 orbs that will drop on the ground maximum, and they will always drop, and you want to pick those up so you get like 19 yeah, you want 19 second of that buff up. The other ones, well, this one will be the best at the end, but we don't have it unlocked unless like we finish the renown, so we're gonna have to wait for that one. This one is totally trash. Don't ever go for that one. The thing is useless. So here for the conduit, for the talents, okay, I'll come back to the talents right here. Holy Shield, I say it's best right now because redoubt is really like, I don't know, it doesn't do anything right now. Like my strength, it's like it doesn't interact. I get like 60 strength from redoubt. It's like what? Like 6% of 1,000 is just 60. It's nothing. You don't like, your armor gives you as like so much more strength, so it's really not that good compared to Holy Shield. That with the Vengeful Shock here, you'll get another bonus damage for your holy damage, and you'll get a better defensive. Sometimes like Boomy can one-shot you. If you get the block on the one-shot, you might survive. You know, this one is the top. You need this. Like, you cannot go First Avenger or Moment of Glory in PvP. Crusader's Judgment is the go forever, because you're gonna interact with this a lot, and that's gonna be your prior like your main spell to use. You're always gonna press Judgment when it's up. It's your top damage, and it generates 2 holy power or 3 if you're on wings, and like you're gonna get those Word of Glories and Shield of Righteous for defensives all the time. So for this Fist of Justice, Repentance, and Blinding Light, I always go Fist of Justice because Judgment reduces the cooldown. Really good interaction because I get more holy power than any other spec for Paladin with this. So I can get my Fist of Justice in about 30-20 seconds on wings. So that's for sure for me going to be that. But you can play Blinding Light and Repentance if you like, but they're really not optimal on the meta. You're never gonna get a Repentance cast off unless you bubble, and blinding light, everybody's gonna break it. So unless you play triple paladin, which not a lot of people do that right now. Prot red would be destroy, but nobody would queue with that unless you know two reds. Go blinding light, guys. Just two blinding lights and one guy go fist of justice. But that's the thing. The red should go the blinding light and the prot should go fist of justice because you get more holy power than other specs. So that's it for that row. Cavalier or Spellward never go Unbreakable Spirit. Like, who does that? Who would ever think of going Unbreakable Spirit in PvP? It's trash. Spellward always against caster comps. Like, if there's a S-Priest, a Warlock, a Boomy, like, even though there's an Arms Warrior on the enemy team, if there's even a Shaman or a Disc, I would go Blessing of Spellward, because they cannot dispel the spell wall while they can dispel the Bop. For Cavalier, I would go against double melee because you get that juicy steed of glory that's right here, and you can bait a lot of CC on you with that Cavalier. Seraphim, I sometimes I switch with Holy Avenger if I'm in triple DPS for the pressure, but Seraphim is a lot of damage, and crit being boosted, crit being OP2, because even though you don't go crit, they buffed it by 25%. It's really good with your haste bonus, the verse that you get amplified with the trinkets. It's an orgy. Um, the this row, the level 45 row, Hand of Protector in PvP in arena, in world PvP, consecrated ground, because you want that control over the ground and be able to kite people because you don't have any other like CC that just slow. You don't have any slows. You don't have anything but your Seed of Glory from ability and your Hammer of Justice. So, and you'll have your silence if you're playing this talent. I'll speak about the PvP talents at the end. And for your last row, you have Sanctified Wrath. This one, you're never gonna use it in PvP, guys. You cannot taunt players. It would be great, but you cannot. Imagine if taunt was gonna bait someone, like just change your target towards you. That would be insane. You would just taunt someone else, and he would just like, whoops, he would get his arcane blast on you by accident. That would be great. Righteous Protector, really too slow in the meta. Sanctified Wrath for your judgment, big damage, big wings, perfect. Okay, PvP talents. I'll get back to him later. PvP talents. Here, sometimes if there's triple DPS and like or double DPS in Skirm, I'll go Judgment of the Pure switch if there's nothing to silence, you know. But normally in threes, I'll go Shield Virtue because nobody else in my team, unless if you have an Esprit, you can switch because the Esprit has a silence and you might DR your silence for only 2 seconds, which for a 45-second cooldown, it's not really that great. So Judgment of Pure will be better on that situation with an Esprit. Here, Guardian is probably a must with the meta, playing it well. Even though people CC it instantly, like rogues with the big rogue meta, you want to go far away with a Steed of Glory, then get the Guardian off, then move back in, so they cannot, like they have to move all that way and like use a sprint or something to get to CC it. So that's important to play around with it, because the people just instant CC it now. Seed of Glory, always Steed. You're never not gonna play it in this meta. So much pressure. You want to be able to steed the CCs on the open, steed the rogues out. Just boom, you got them out. They cannot sap you. They cannot do anything. They're just out of stealth now, and they're panicked. And you probably will get a win on that. So that's it for the talents. For the auras, Devotion Aura or Concentration Aura. Crusaders or like, bro, you're not gonna switch mid arena for a GCD to switch those two. Like, you're never gonna use Crusader Aura unless you're really triple DPS and you just one shot with a rogue and a boomy, and you just want to go in. But Concentration Aura, if you have casters in your team like an Esprit, an Affliction Warlock, or anything with your healer, because that's going to be super helpful on interrupts and have more pressure. And if there's an Esprit in the enemy team, I would also go Concentration Aura because their silence is 30% nerf. So that's super good. But yeah, normally I'll just stand in Devotion Aura for the defensive against rogues. That one shot, by the way, we don't know when that's getting nerfed. Carry ability, you always want your file. And for the rotation here, yeah, I've spoke about everything. The conduit, the gear, you want PvP gear, the enchant, the 15 strength. Sinful Revelation, I think it's best. Even though sometimes I like Celestial Guidance. If you're poor, Celestial Guidance does almost just as good. It's just Sinful Revelation when you get that juicy shield of Avenger Shield for 4.8% more holy damage, and you get Sinful at the same time. Your Judgment is gonna hit for 5k. Like 5k spam twice is 10k. That's half their HP. They're dead. So that's great. You want the enchant on the chest for 30% primary stats. The cloak, the stamina, minor speed, just because you're a wheelchair, it means you need mobility a bit. You need to catch up with people. And for the gloves, I just use a hearthstone thing because we don't have agility or intellect to put that on. So that's it. You want the haze verse for the gear. Here I'm gonna show the rotation. Consecration always under you guys. Don't forget, I see people forgetting, like when I duel them, they just forget to have their concentration under them. Like I just knock them off the concentration and they forget to go back inside of it. It's such a big defensive. With your mastery, you get 5% reduced damage taken, and you get interaction with it. You do damage, which can proc things, and you get also more damage from your Hammer of the Righteous. So important to stay in your consecration. Then you want to wings, trinket here. You want to use your divine toll. Then you want a judgment, seraphim, hammer of wrath off CD all the time because it's a big CD and it does more damage in judgment. So just do it all the time it's up, and judgment spam and shield of righteous spam. If you don't have any judgment, sometime if I have hammer of righteous, I'll use it over Avenger's Shield for more judgment damage. Because your judgment does way more damage than Avenger's Shield. All you want to do is track your Avenger's Shield debuff, which is put by Vengeful Shock every 5 seconds. You want to have that up because that's bonus damage on all the targets. It's AoE. So you see that debuff, you want to keep it up, and judgment when it's up with boom. And then I replace it again. Seraphim, boom. There, you have the Sinful Revelation. So I just judgment with the Sinful Revelation. Then you have the 2 up at the same time. So I'm just going to judgment for big. Almost 3k judgments, guys. How? 5k judgment. And then you see I put a weakora. If you guys, I can put it in the description. It's a weakora that tells me I got the buff from the legendary. I just made it for the legendary, so I know I get a free holy power. And I can just press, and here, I only lost 2 because I had the buff. I leave combat and show you my weakoras now. So I have this weakora here. Oh, shit. A lot of weakora. I have this one for Seed of Glory, so I know sometimes when I play Lights Barding, it's really hard to follow. It's so long for Steed. Sometimes you don't know if you have to repress it for a second charge because they're gonna see you off Steed, instant CC, and you won't be able to Steed again. So you want to track that. If you're able to do it by in your head 8 second point 3, you can do it. But I have this weakora here. I made this one too for the Magister Judgment. I'll probably link it in the description. And did I not make another one? Yeah, the redoubt. Redoubt's pretty good when I play redoubt. Sometime in PvE, it's really good. So I can track my redoubt count with this. Look, boom. It tells me I have 1 charge. Boom, 2 charge. So that's pretty great. I'll link them all in the description if you guys want to look it up. So thanks for watching. I'll show you a bit of footage of how it does in arena, and see ya. Thanks for watching.
Race done. Break stun. Shield silence. Trinketed. Avenging wrath. Wild charge. Invoke. Ardent defender. Ancient kings. Hammer of justice. Invoke. Defender down. Hammer of justice. Divine shield. Shield silence. Pony. Forbearance down. Purge. Aim shot. Very mortal strike. Freezing trap. Shield silence. Range. Aim shot. Blade storm. Wild spirits. Aim shot. Purge. Intimidating shout. Aim shot. Commanding aim shot. Die by the sword down. Counter aim shot. Shadowy duel. Greater fate. Dispersion. Greater fate down. Trinketed. Dispersion down. Trinketed. Void form. Shield silence. Shake. Void form down. Soul shake. Dead breath. Acceleration. Deterrence. Cheetah. Icebound. Vampiric blood. Anti-magic shell. Beast within. Deterrence down. Shield down. Silence. Icebound down. Bone storm. Raise dead. Beast within down. Beast within down. Resonating arrow. Sweeping strikes. Spell reflection. Sweeping strikes down. Cenarian ward. Ursol's vortex. Shield silence. Psychic horror. Barkskin. Predator swiftness. Thought steal. Fear. Countered. Power infusion. Ascended boom. Wild charge. Barkskin. Trinketed. Success. Cyclone. Counter. Fear. Success. Silence. Predator swiftness. Cure. Purge. Overgrown. Purge. Cyclone. Embrace. Success. Mass dispel. Dispersion. Void form down. Entangling roots. Dispersion down. Scream. Incarnation kitty. Embrace down. Entangling roots. Entangling countered. Incarnation kitty. Arcane torrent. Shield silence. Cure. Psychic horror. Entangling roots. Wild charge. Incarnation down. Silence.
Back to work.
Predator swiftness.
How do you do, Billy?
Very mortal strike. Every man die by the sword. Fear sweeping strikes. Blade storm. Shield silence. Avatar. Blade storm. Shift. Commanding shout. Die by the sword down. Counter strike totem. Purge. Pommel. Sweeping strikes down. Die by the sword. Die by the sword down. Sweeping strikes. Sweeping strikes down.